Welcome back to Tengah Pacifica, and now to our nearest neighbour, La Nouvelle-Calédonie.
Well, last week we brought you a taste of the 14th Pacific Games, and today we continue with more sporting highlights from the 27 sporting codes being contested.
Here's Tangaloa Tele o Sone Okesene.
Welcome back to New Caledonia, home of the 14th Pacific Games. Our first stop today, the swim meet, where the host nation are cleaning up most of the gold medals, although it's not all going their way. 2008 Olympic 100-metre butterfly finalist Ryan Penny of Papua New Guinea has been a force in the pool since his first gold at South Pacific Games in 1999. Now one of the older competitors in the pool, at 29 he still dominates. Already a gold medalist in the 200-metre freestyle, he looks for gold in his favoured 100-metre butterfly.
The man with the yellow cap in centre of shot is Ryan Penny. He loves this event. He loves his butterfly. It looks like it's Penny. Thevenot is second. Then it's back to Lambert there. But Thevenot is going to try and track down this mighty PNG swimmer over this last 50. Ryan Penny sets it for home. Setting sights for home. He's a clear body length in front of the rest of the field. Thevenot is taking it up to him. But indeed, it's Ryan Penny home. Papua New Guinea, 2 golds. And then the rest of the field, Thevenot in second.
One of the smaller nations to enter the pool is Tokelau. Their lone swimmer is 14-year-old Danielle Ngawalofa. Although she makes a number of finals, she isn't able to put Tokelau on the medals table, but will be a stronger swimmer thanks to her games experience. In the women's 50-metre splash, it's a close race between New Caledonia and Papua New Guinea. The home side having enough of an edge in the water to claim gold. The table tennis competition got off to the worst possible start for Team Tonga. After a training session in Adelaide, several members were reported to be stuck in Brisbane. The no-show forced forfeited matches in the team competition. In the doubles, it's an all-French territory finals between Tahiti and New Caledonia. In the women's final matchup, New Caledonia proved too strong for Tahiti. They lead 2-0 and are just 2 match points away from winning gold. In the men's doubles final, it's more evenly matched, with Tahiti drawing first blood to go up 1-0. But an epic second game gets to a win-by-2 situation. Ending up 18-16, keeping New Caledonia in the match. Tied up at 2 games apiece, New Caledonia put the vice grips on to win gold with 3-2. The multi-sport gymnasium in Antavata has been busy this week with the eliminations for boxing, and on finals night Tahiti have qualified 6 fighters into the 10-weight category finals. They walk away with 5 of their possible 6 gold medals. The heaviest boxer to win gold is Te Maite Taho in the welterweight class. But in the super heavyweights, tired fighters in the final show just how gruelling the week has been, pretty much standing toe-to-toe. Nauru takes an early lead in the first round and builds on that lead through the second. But come the third, Tui Samoa of New Caledonia knows he must score a number of points if he's to spoil the Nauruans' party. He manages to force 2 standing 8 counts, but with the clock winding down, it's not enough. A 3-point margin at 35-32 gives Nauru the gold.
Yes, I'm very happy. My family back home in Nauru, very happy. Fantastic.
In football, the week and a half of elimination matches sees the cream rise to the top, Melanesia dominating the sport for the region. In the women's final, New Caledonia face off with Papua New Guinea. It took 25 minutes for PNG to break the deadlock and open the scoring with a goal that looked almost too easy.
And would you believe it, Papua New Guinea have the opening goal completely against the run of play.
The equaliser from New Caledonia looking too easy as well, off a penalty kick just minutes from half-time. The score remains tied till a penalty is given inside the box for this reckless challenge by New Caledonia. Papua New Guinea converting the penalty into a point, and it's enough to earn them gold. Solomon Islands line up for the men's final. The only thing standing between them and a gold medal is New Caledonia. New Caledonia opened the scoring with a goal just 8 minutes into the match. Then extend that lead with another goal just 2 minutes later, with a clean strike at the goalpost and the Solomons keeper caught out of position. And after a number of attempts by the Solomon Islands to score, at the end of 90 minutes of football the scoreline remains the same, with New Caledonia claiming gold, and the Solomon Islands, although not empty-handed, having to settle for silver. On the basketball court, Guam take on New Caledonia in the men's final. Guam get on the scoreboard first thanks to a fast break. But by the end of the first quarter, the home side have edged ahead 11-7. The second quarter goes the way of New Caledonia, and at the half they lead by 6. In a tightly contested final, it's a low-scoring affair, and with Guam not doing enough to pull back the early deficit, New Caledonia come through as gold medalists, with a score of just 50-43. In the powerlifting arena, it's a display of raw strength, and because of the weights they're working with, if the strength's not combined with good technique, these athletes could do some serious injury. The competition consists of 3 lifts: the deadlift, the bench press and the squat. In the men's powerlifting event, a number of great lifts. In the under 83 kilogram class, Papua New Guinea powerlifter Livingston Sikoli deadlifts 272.5 kgs, more than 3 times his body weight. New Ware's Daniel Nemani clean squats 305 kilograms in the over 120 kilogram class and is matched by Samoan Oliver Kirisome. On the bench, Jesse Jeremiah from Nauru presses 200 kilograms. In the women's competition, the heaviest weights weren't necessarily lifted by the biggest girls. Papua New Guinea's under 72 kilogram competitor Linda Paulson took the biggest lifts of the competition: 185 kilograms in the deadlift, 100 kilograms in the bench press, and 180 kilograms in the squat. Her total weight lifted an impressive 465 kilograms to take the gold medal. Weightlifting at the Pacific Games has developed to an international level, with lifters from Nauru and Samoa continuing to set regional and Commonwealth records. The Opolongi family from Samoa have turned out in force, with 4 siblings on a mission to lay claim to gold for their nation. Mary Opolongi competes in the under 75 kilogram class and opens with a record lift in the snatch, bettering a record that's been in place since 2005. In the clean and jerk, she clears 126 kilograms to break her own record she set earlier this year. An attempt at the Olympic record just beyond her grasp. She walks away with more than her 3 gold medals, her performance earning the Oceania and South Pacific junior and senior records for the snatch, the clean and jerk and the overall combined weight.
It's a long time, the record with the Oceania in senior and junior. So now I hold it. I'm very so excited, and I thank God for His love.
Brothers Nusila and Tovia Opolongi compete in the under 105 kilogram class. Tovia, struggling to best his older sibling, still manages to walk away with 3 bronze medals.
Good boy.
Nusila is the gold medalist for this event from the last Games and also last year's Commonwealth Games in New Delhi. He takes gold for the snatch, the clean and jerk, and the combined weight lifted. In the women's over 75 kilogram class, Eli Opolongi dominates the group, her starting snatch of 120 kilograms well and clear of the rest of the field. And in the clean and jerk, breaking her own Commonwealth record with a lift of 161 kilograms. She nets all 3 gold in her weight division.
13 gold medals. We did hope to break our record in 2007, which was 14, but I guess it's tougher. Competition has become tough. So yes, it's been great.
Also competing in the women's over 75 kilogram class is Niuen Narita Viliamu. Her lift in the snatch and the clean and jerk. Good enough to earn her 3 silver medals and, more importantly, putting Niue on the medals table.
It feels really great, especially the first medals for the country. Yeah, even though I got silver, but back home, still the golden girl.
On the indoor volleyball court, the men's gold medal tussle is a repeat of the 2007 final, Wallace and Fortuna versus Tahiti. Wallace and Fortuna have the chance to claim back-to-back gold medals in this event. They won gold at the last games in Samoa in a thrilling 5-set match. Wallace and Fortuna take the lead early in the first set and manage to close it out 25-18. Wallace and Fortuna show their power game again in the second set. It's looking dire for Tahiti. It's do or die time, and with Tahiti 2 sets down, they need to jump back into the game if they're to keep their dreams of gold alive. They rally to stay in the match by the skin of their teeth, taking the third set to 22-all, with Tahiti on serve. But a spike from Wallace and Fortuna gives them back the service, and more importantly, a 1-point advantage. A spike from Tahiti goes astray, bringing up match point. Another spike from Tahiti going out of bounds, giving Wallace and Fortuna the gold medal and back-to-back Pacific Games titles in men's volleyball. Stade Numadali is home for the athletics meet, and for the first time includes para-athletes in one track and a handful of field events. As the men line up for the 100-metre sprint.
So mixed ability final here, handy sport, and look at Papua New Guinea absolutely streaking them. This is the guy that made headlines at the World Disability Games and absolutely roars home in 11:23. But of course it's points decided on level of disability, and again a little bit like the decathlon.
In the high jump, the Oceania women's record stands at 1.98 metres, a height that isn't under threat at these games, although the top contenders pushed a bar over the 1.6 metre mark. Tahiti's winning jump of 1.63 metres earns Te Rani Wharemiro the gold. In the field events, the decider in the men's shot put comes down to the last round, with the game's record of 18.08 metres being eclipsed by 2 athletes. Samoa's Emanuele Fuamatu's best going to 18.11 metres, and Tahiti's Tumutai Dolphin's 18.93 metre put is a new games record, smashing the old mark that was set way back in 1975. The Oceania record is 66.80 metres in the women's javelin. Wallace and Fortuna looking comfortable in the final, where the earlier throw of 52.07 metres leads the field by a comfortable 2 metres. But after sitting in the silver medal position, an amazing last throw from Selui of New Caledonia sees her throw a personal best and a new games record of 57.32 metres, more than 5 metres further than Ungatai from Wallace and Fortuna.
She's just seen the distance.
A rainy day affects the performance on the track, but it doesn't stop the men lining up for the 100-metre sprint. It's an event that Fiji has good history in. At the last game's current games record holder and veteran, Jona Indalai grabbed the title. This year, Fijian contender Tamba Kathoro comes into the final as the fastest qualifier from the semi-finals.
Racing into 100, it's a clean start. Panubi gets a super start. Riding alongside him is Zongo as well. Zongo trying to stay with him.
And the favoured Fijian glides in to earn the title of fastest man in the Pacific with a time of 10.52 seconds.
He is out of here.
So at the end of 2 weeks of games, here's how the final medal table shapes up. Host New Caledonia topped the table with a total of 288 medals, nearly a third of those in gold. Tahiti second on the table with 60 gold, and Papua New Guinea third with 48 gold. Fiji and Samoa rounding out the top 5 for these games. With the medals all finding homes, the game's now over. It's time for the athletes to let their hair down and enjoy the festive closing ceremony. The host nation for the 15th Pacific Games in 2015 is Papua New Guinea. The flag is now passed on to them and the games close in style.